Welcome to Echoes of Greatness. I'm Jennifer. Today, we pause to remember the voices and lives that once shaped the world in meaningful ways. Their passion and dedication continue to echo in the hearts of many. As we reflect on their journey, we honor the impact they made and the memories they left behind. Moya Brennan. Born Mayor Philomena ní Brownain in County Donegal, grew up surrounded by Irish traditions, music, and Gaelic culture. As the eldest of 9 children, she found her voice through family performances and the rich sounds of her homeland, a voice that inspired the world. As the lead singer of Clannad, Moya helped bring Celtic music to global audiences. Her emotional vocals and unforgettable style made songs like Theme from Harry's Game timeless classics. Legacy and influence. Through her solo work and collaborations, Moya continued sharing the beauty of Irish music. Her journey reflects passion, resilience, and a deep connection to culture, leaving an inspiring legacy for future generations. The football world is mourning the loss of Los Angeles Rams legend Leroy Irvin, who passed away on July 1, 2026, at age 68. Known for his incredible athleticism and versatility, Irvin left a lasting mark on the NFL and Rams history. A 2-time Pro Bowl selection, he made history by recording 207 punt return yards in a single game against the Atlanta Falcons in 1981. He was also celebrated for earning Pro Bowl honors at 2 different positions and holding the team record for the most non-offensive touchdowns. Beyond the statistics, Irvin will be remembered for his passion, determination, and contributions to the sport. His legacy continues to inspire football fans and honor a remarkable career that helped define an era of Rams football. Actor and artist Joby Baker, a recognizable face from the golden era of Hollywood, passed away on June 22, 2026, at the age of 92 from natural causes. He earned lasting recognition through his roles in the beloved teen surf film series Gidget and its sequels. Baker also appeared in several popular musical comedies, sharing the screen with celebrated stars including Elvis Presley and Connie Francis. Beyond his film career, he was remembered for his leading role in the television sitcom Good Morning World, a show that also featured a young Goldie Hawn early in her career. Baker's work continues to be appreciated by fans who remember his charm, talent, and contributions to entertainment. Former NBA player Jason Collins has passed away at 47 after battling brain cancer, with the NBA sharing the news on behalf of his family. Collins built a respected 13-year basketball career, playing for teams including the Nets during both their New Jersey and Brooklyn eras. In 2013, he made history by becoming the first active NBA player to publicly come out as gay. Beyond his achievements on the court, Collins was recognized for encouraging greater acceptance and inclusion in professional sports. His courage and openness helped create a more welcoming environment for future generations of athletes. Fans, teammates, and the basketball community continue to honor his lasting impact and the positive example he set. This week marks the 100th birth anniversary of Don Rickles, a comedian remembered for his unforgettable style and quick wit. Over a career spanning more than 6 decades, he brought energy and personality to nightclubs, television, and films around the world. Known for his playful humor and sharp timing, Rickles became a beloved entertainer who connected with generations of fans. Beyond stand-up, he also appeared in memorable acting roles, including voicing Ham in the Toy Story movies. His unique approach to comedy made him a standout performer whose influence continues today. Don Rickles passed away in 2017, but his legacy of laughter and entertainment remains strong. Audiences still celebrate the joy he shared through his remarkable career and timeless performances. This week, we remember the talented actress Beth Howland, who was born 85 years ago and left a lasting mark on stage and television. She became widely recognized for her role in the original Broadway production of Stephen Sondheim's musical Company, where her performance helped showcase her unique charm and talent. Later, she won the hearts of television audiences as Vera, the cheerful and memorable waitress on the popular sitcom Alice. Her work on the show earned her 4 Golden Globe nominations, and made her a beloved figure among fans. Beth Howland continued to inspire audiences with her dedication, humor, and creativity throughout her career. She passed away in 2015 at the age of 74, leaving behind a remarkable legacy. There is a version of Pierce Brosnan that the world instantly recognized: the perfectly tailored tuxedo, the calm confidence, the voice that could turn danger into elegance, and the presence of a man who seemed born to command every room he entered. For millions of fans, he was the ultimate image of James Bond, the sophisticated spy who represented charm, strength, and control. Yet behind that legendary image existed a life filled with struggles, far removed from the glamorous world of cinema. Before he became an international star, Pierce Brosnan was a child who experienced abandonment, uncertainty, and the painful search for belonging. The man who appeared to have everything once knew what it felt like to have almost nothing. His journey was shaped not only by ambition but by loss, love, and survival. The confidence audiences admired was not simply an acting performance, it was built through years of hardship. Pierce Brosnan did not become strong because life was easy. He became strong because life repeatedly demanded that he endure. Childhood. Pierce Brendan Brosnan was born on May 16, 1953, in Drogheda, County Louth, Ireland. His early years were marked by a sense of absence that would influence him for the rest of his life. His father, Thomas Brosnan, left the family when Pierce was still an infant, leaving behind a child too young to understand why someone important had disappeared. Soon afterward, his mother, May Smith, moved to London to train as a nurse and create a better future. Although her decision came from necessity rather than a lack of love, young Pierce experienced it as another separation. He was raised by his grandparents in Navan, County Meath, where he received care and affection, but the emptiness created by his parents' absence remained. After his grandparents passed away, Pierce moved between relatives and family friends, never feeling completely rooted. He was not without kindness, but he lacked the certainty every child needs, the feeling of having a permanent place where they truly belong. Growing as a young boy, Pierce learned to become observant and cautious. At school, he often felt like an outsider, a child who carried a private sadness that others could not see. He developed an ability to study people and situations carefully, a skill that would later become valuable in acting. Rather than expressing himself openly, he found escape through drawing and imagination. Art became a place where he could create worlds different from his own reality. When he was 10 years old, Pierce reunited with his mother in London. Moving from rural Ireland to a major city was another major adjustment. Although he was finally living with his mother, their relationship required time to rebuild, because they had spent so many years apart. London introduced him to new possibilities, but it also reminded him that he was different. He carried an Irish accent, came from a difficult background, and struggled to find where he belonged. However, those feelings of being an outsider would eventually become part of what made him unique. Acting. London gave Pierce something Ireland could not offer at that stage of his life: opportunity. As a teenager, he discovered performance almost accidentally. At 17, he worked with a small traveling circus, where he learned fire breathing as a street performer. It was not glamorous, but it gave him something he had rarely experienced before: attention. People stopped, watched, and reacted to him. For someone who had spent much of his childhood feeling invisible, that moment of connection was powerful. He realized that performance could create a bridge between himself and the world. Later, he studied acting at the Drama Centre London, where he developed his craft and explored the emotional experiences that shaped him. The training required honesty and vulnerability, forcing actors to draw from their own memories and feelings. For Pierce, his difficult childhood became a source of emotional depth, rather than simply a painful past. He graduated in 1975 and began building a career through theatre and television, slowly proving himself as a serious performer. Love. One of the most important chapters of Pierce Brosnan's life began when he met Cassandra Harris in 1977. Cassandra was an Australian actress who possessed beauty, intelligence, and confidence. Their connection grew naturally, and after her first marriage ended, their relationship became deeper. They married in 1980, and Pierce adopted Cassandra's 2 children, Charlotte and Christopher. For a man who had grown up without a stable family structure, creating a loving home became incredibly meaningful. Cassandra gave Pierce something he had searched for throughout his childhood: a sense of belonging. Their family represented the security he had always wanted. Together, they built a life filled with love and creativity. However, their happiness was tested when Cassandra was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in 1987. Pierce stepped away from many professional opportunities to support her through treatment. He became her partner, caregiver, and source of strength during the most difficult years of her life. Loss. In 1991, Cassandra Harris passed away after a long battle with cancer. She was only 43 years old, and Pierce was left facing unimaginable grief. He had lost the woman who had given him stability and helped him create the family he never had as a child. At the same time, he had 3 children who needed him to continue moving forward. The loss changed him permanently. Friends and colleagues noticed a deeper emotional quality in him afterward, something that could not be learned through acting classes. It was the understanding of grief that only comes through personal experience. During this period, Pierce continued working, but his life carried a sadness that remained hidden behind his professional image. The pain he had survived as a child, and the loss he experienced as an adult, became part of the emotional strength that audiences later recognized in his performances. His calmness was not simply a personality trait, it was the result of everything he had endured. Bond. Before Pierce Brosnan became James Bond, the role had already come close to becoming his. In the 1980s, after his success in the television series Remington Steele, producers noticed his charisma and believed he could represent a new generation of the famous spy. In 1986, he was officially offered the role. It seemed like the moment his entire career had been building toward. However, circumstances beyond his control changed everything. His television contract prevented him from leaving Remington Steele when the show was unexpectedly renewed. As a result, the Bond producers moved forward with another actor. Pierce watched the opportunity disappear, not because of a lack of talent but because of timing and contracts. Losing Bond was a major professional disappointment, especially because he had already reached the point where the dream seemed real. Yet he handled the situation with professionalism and patience. He continued working, carrying both personal grief and career frustration, while waiting for another opportunity. Success. In 1994, the opportunity returned. Pierce Brosnan was finally chosen as James Bond, nearly a decade after the role had first slipped away. By then, he was a different man. He was older, more experienced, and carrying years of personal loss. His first Bond film, GoldenEye, was released in 1995 and became a major success. Audiences immediately embraced him as the new face of the franchise. He brought together the classic elegance of earlier Bonds with a modern emotional depth. His version of Bond was stylish and confident, but there was also a sense of complexity beneath the surface. The character's calmness reflected qualities Pierce had developed through his own life. He understood loss, uncertainty, and the need to remain composed under pressure. The success of GoldenEye transformed him into a global star. After decades of struggle, the boy who once felt invisible became one of the most recognizable actors in the world. Legacy. Pierce Brosnan's career extended far beyond James Bond. Although the role defined a major part of his public identity, his greatest story was the journey that brought him there. He was an actor shaped by abandonment, strengthened by love, and changed forever by loss. His life demonstrated that success is not always created by avoiding hardship, sometimes it is created by surviving it. The qualities audiences admired in him, confidence, elegance, and emotional control, were connected to experiences that happened long before Hollywood recognized him. He carried the memory of the child who searched for belonging and the man who lost the person who gave him a home. His performances often contained a quiet strength, because they came from a life that had tested him repeatedly. Pierce Brosnan became an icon not only because he played heroes on screen, but because he understood what it meant to fight battles that no audience could see. Conclusion. Pierce Brosnan's story is more than the story of a movie star who wore a famous tuxedo. It is the story of a person who spent a lifetime overcoming uncertainty and rebuilding himself after painful losses. The world saw James Bond, but behind that image was a man who knew abandonment, heartbreak, and perseverance. His journey from a lonely childhood in Ireland to international fame was not simple or predictable. Every achievement carried the weight of everything he had survived. The confidence that defined his performances came from experience, not illusion. He became the perfect James Bond because he understood something deeper than style and sophistication. True strength comes from endurance. Pierce Brosnan's greatest role was not a character written in a script. It was the role of a man who continued moving forward despite losing pieces of himself along the way. His life remains a reminder that behind every iconic figure is a human story filled with struggles, sacrifices, and moments of courage.